There are more and more people coming onto Veve every single day. And with this, that means there's the ramp up in users looking to understand the best actions and moves that they can take in order to take advantage of the time we've got right now on the Veve app. In this video today, I'm going to share with you what I would do if I was a new user on the app and how you can make better moves on the app to actually get a step up through all the new users who are coming in. So let's get started. Welcome in everyone, my name is Andy and I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to come and watch this video on the channel. Just before we get going, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help me further, you can hit that subscribe button, and if you want to join the membership, you can also do that too. I know there's a ton of new users now. We're reaching well over 1.5 million active users. It's probably climbing even after this as well. The market's been taking a little bit of a distraction. There's a lot going on right now when it comes to Veve and the questions we're wanting answered. So I'm guessing there's quite a few people who are coming onto this app for the first time and not really having any idea what to do. So I'm going to discuss with you what I would do if I was coming on for the first time into Veve, how I would maybe handle some situations, and how I would give myself the best chances of doing well on the app. The first one that I'm going to discuss with you is the drop system. This is probably the main area that people are wanting to get into Veve for because they know the ROI that you can get with it in regards to gems. The drop system works in some form of similar way to OpenSea when they come public. You know, there's a countdown, something happens, we know exactly what's going on, there's a certain number of additions, and when the countdown finishes, you click buy now and you kind of hope that you get it. Now on OpenSea it's different because you have to then pay gas, it has to go through the contract, people can one-up you with the gas and therefore you can be set out of it. But in Veve it works a little bit differently. It happens when you click the buy now button, it then selects people who are going to win on a number of variables that we don't actually know the inner workings for, but things like ping and response rate and all that seem to take some form of advantage when it comes to this. It hasn't been directly proven as there are people who live right directly at the servers. There is some form of shift that can happen depending on your phone, the processing speed and all that sort of stuff. Now, what I've saw with some users, especially on Twitter, is showing the video of them going for the drops, and when the countdown hits 0 and the buy now button comes up, it takes them about a light year to move over to the buy now button and click it. That is already a no-go, and by the time you've even blinked, the thing has sold out. My first action would be to learn through YouTube videos how to understand what the drops are and how to have the best percentage chance of you actually potentially getting the drop. If you are on this app for the first time and the reason for you coming on this app for the first time is for the drops, actually learn how to do them. It's like OpenSea. If you didn't know how to publicly mint something, you didn't understand gas wars, there's no shot of you ever getting anything that's actually sought after because there's people who are going to one-up you on the gas, you're going to be out that block and therefore you're never going to get it and it'll be a failed transaction, you'll lose money. With Veve it's the same. You need to understand the best tactics for the drops, and although you're no guarantee whatsoever of getting it, at least you know that you have the best chances of doing so rather than someone who takes about 9 years just to click over to the buy now, click it, and by the time they've even blinked, it's completely gone. I also want you to understand that the drops are way less likely for you to actually get anymore. There are a lot more users on this platform, and back when I started in April of last year, there were a lot less users. I think we had well under 65,000 downloads by that point, as that was their aim by the end of last year, when they reached well over 1 million downloads by that point. Shift in number of users, not the same percentage shift of increased edition sizes, has meant that the percentage of you actually getting the drops is way lower. We've been told that especially on the popular drops, we have around 150,000 plus people going for these drops, and if there's low mints, the chances of you getting that is significantly low. And with some of the issues we have been getting in regards to bots, which again we know is a worldwide problem, not just a Veve problem, they are also taking some form of percentage with that. So by understanding that for yourself, come in here with expectations that you're going to get every single secret there. In fact, you're way less likely to get anything for quite a while before doing so. And this is why if you're coming onto this app expecting to get drops, you're going to be disappointed. It's challenging to get the drops, full stop, even for someone like myself who's been on here for a long time now. I maybe get 1 in every 5 or 6 drops, and sometimes that streak goes even longer. I'm quite lucky to get 2 comics over the last 4 weeks, but that's all I've been able to get for quite a while before that. Your streak can sometimes be good, sometimes it can't be, and that's just the way it goes. So please, if you're coming onto this app, don't expect to get the drops and expect to make 100x, 1000x in the matter of a day. It takes longer than that, and it takes discipline to actually be on this app, and something we're going to talk about a little later in the video. This is where I then discuss the most important point of this and where I feel you should put your focus if you're a new user on this platform. And that's learning the marketplace. It all means the drops can change your liquidity in your vault. You can significantly change your vault value purely by getting one drop, but that's not to say that you can't do the same with the marketplace. In fact, for the most part of 6 or 7 months, I spent 5 and 6 hours on this app trading my way up to what I'm at today, because overall, since the start of April, I put less than £1,000 onto this app. I haven't put a significant amount of my own money into the app itself, more so trading my full way to what I'm at now. It's not to say I didn't get the drops and I didn't leverage that, because we all can when we get lucky enough to get those, but I traded a lot more in order to increase that percentage chance of me getting the better things I wanted over the long run. This can be one of the best things that you can do, because the market moves in similar ways. There are patterns, there are things that happen for certain reasons, and it's very important for you to understand that, because if you don't, you're therefore just buy at the high, hold the bag, and then probably sell low because you're panicking that it'll go down. Whereas if you actually understand the markets, maybe you're going to be more convicted in what you're actually doing. When you learn how to trade, you maybe learn where to pick up things at the right time, because the market moves in ways for news. For example, when a drop is announced that's a really good drop and the Medium article is announced on the addition sizes that are happening, the market tends to move down because people sell off to get gems to actually get this drop. And then after the drop happens, we tend to see quite an increase in the prices on some of those things that dropped before this drop actually happened. Therefore, you can take advantage before the drop, sell after the drop to buy back into things that you actually enjoy. And this is where you can just take a little bit of notice on what's going on with the market, pay a little bit more attention, and you're going to win more often than not. This is why using things like a Comey Wiki, Butt Thompson spreadsheet, cherry charts, and anything else that's out there that you can actually use is an advantage. And I know some of you are going to be complaining here about the price that you have to pay $10 a month for a Comey Wiki, the premium subscription for cherry charts. At the end of the day, these services are made by people who are working hard to do so. I understand that Veve should already be releasing the data when it comes to the graphs of price fluctuations. As of right now, we don't actually have that, and they're putting their own time and effort to doing so. So if you don't want to pay the $10 a month to potentially make you way more on Veve, then by all means do what you want. But I'm telling you right here that learning and understanding the markets has been one of the biggest advantages that I've been able to give myself in this front, and how I've been able to get up to the pieces that I've got in my own vault today. You can do this on your own for completely free. I did for the longest time. I didn't have a Comey Wiki or cherry charts, and Butt Thompson spreadsheet I only figured out a couple months into Veve. So for the most part, I was doing everything on my own and tracking the prices by myself. So you can do this for free. It's just if you're willing or not to put in the effort when it's already done and for a small fee per month. I'm not affiliated. I don't earn any money from a Comey Wiki or cherry charts or anything like that, but they're good resources, so you can definitely go and check them out. Just like OpenSea, the market moves the same, and there's different things that you need to pay attention to. When you're buying in, the total listings in the market, percentage fee that the successor is going to take once you sell in the market. Some take 2.5%, some take 8.5%. There's a lot more to take track of. This is how you're going to be able to increase your vault, learning the trades, buy low, sell high, and so much more. There's a lot to it, and I understand that. If you're willing to put the work in, you're disciplined in what you're doing, and you understand why you're actually working towards that, then you never know what can truly happen. And I think this should be people's main focus when they're coming onto the app, because drops are increasingly hard to get with addition sizes not changing that much. And there's a reason for that. Supply was the same as the demand. Nothing would actually be worth anything. And the reason they keep supply low is because demand is high at the moment. Therefore, the ROI for you will be better if you manage to pick it up. So it's a hard balance to actually get. And yes, I do agree that there should be things that we could buy at all times, at all days on the app. I think not only that can make Veve a lot of money, but it could also help people get more engaged in collecting itself. But as of right now, we've not got that, and therefore learning the market is probably your best way forward. Another thing I'm going to discuss is actually keeping up with social media and articles or YouTube content that's coming out. Yes, there's a lot more YouTube content now, and you don't need to keep up with all of it, but more often than not, you're going to get the most up-to-date information that you need when it comes to it. That can not only help you with the drops, but with Veve itself and the marketplace. You're going to be able to understand what they're working towards, what the community's talking about, what their focus is right now, what you maybe should be paying attention to yourself. This will give you an upper hand on people who are solely on the app, because right now there's no news part on the app to tell you what's going on, only the upcoming drops. If you learn a little bit more and dive into the community a little bit, you're probably going to get more information than you ever thought you would, and what you definitely can on the Veve app right now. This has been something that's helped me pay more close attention to what I'm looking at. I've picked up some comics that maybe people weren't looking at as much because some of the people I trust were looking at them more, looking at collectibles that more people were looking at, and taking advantage of certain things that are going on in order for me to make more profit. There's a few other things that you could definitely take from this, and one of them, as I say in quite a lot of videos, don't put all of your money into Veve, just like you shouldn't put all of your money into OpenSea. These are the most speculative investments, and as of right now, MTL isn't here on Veve, so you can't take your gems out for fiat right now. That is an issue that's going on that people are not liking. You can do escrow. The percentage of gems that you're going to get with that is quite low, and some people have been having a little bit of problems when it comes to it. You have to make sure that you find people that you trust for it. This is why I always tell you, you need to actually do your research before you get into any investment. Be stupid with your money. Don't be someone who just puts it all in and goes all in when they don't understand even the basic fundamentals of an app or the coin behind that app. Know why you're getting into an investment and know the risks that are involved with that. Don't expect anything to come to you without a little bit of hard work, and if you do, then you're probably in the wrong place. Understand a lot of people can make a lot of money in the NFT space right now, and it's great to see that they're doing so, but you've got to be smart with what you're doing and not over leverage yourself when things might not actually go the way that you're expecting them to go. There's a lot more tips, and I'd love for you to let me know down below if there are any other ones that you would give to new users. I know the video on the screen right now will be something you'll love to watch. Have a fantastic day.